Hello, and welcome to the Claim Creation Guide for the Litigator Graduated Fee Scheme, or LGFS. In this video, I will demonstrate how to create a claim on the Claim for Crown Court Defence portal. To begin creating a claim, select the Start a Claim option. You will then be presented with 4 options. These will give different trial scenario options further in the process, so it is important to select the right one. Litigator final fee should be selected for any claim where you have represented the defendant throughout the case and the case has concluded in the Crown Court. Litigator interim fee should be selected for any claim before the case has concluded. This includes interim litigator fees or interim disbursements. Transfer fee should be selected where there has been a transfer of legal aid either away from your firm or to your firm. Hardship fees should only be used where a firm is in financial hardship and the defendant is yet to be arraigned in the Crown Court. Outside of this specific scenario, hardship fees have been replaced by interim litigator fees. Claiming a transfer fee. First, select Litigator Transfer Fee. Next, indicate if you were the original or new litigator. Please note that if you did not represent the defendant to the conclusion of the case, you will be considered an original litigator. Indicate if the case was elected. If you are an original litigator, select from the drop-down menu at which point in the case that you stopped acting for the defendant. If you are the new litigator, select at which point you started acting. The options are up to and including PCMH transfer, before trial transfer, during trial transfer, transfer after trial before sentencing hearing, transfer before retrial, transfer after retrial before sentencing hearing. If you are the new litigator, also select from the drop-down menu how the case concluded, either trial, retrial, cracked before retrial, or guilty plea. Next, select the relevant court from the drop-down menu and enter the case number or URN. A URN should only be provided if the case is on the common platform. Otherwise, the case number should be provided. These start with either a T, S, or A. Each court uses the same sequence of case numbers, so it is important to give the correct combination of case number and court. In the case of multiple defendants, there may be multiple joint case numbers. It is important to give the case number relevant to the defendant you represented. Enter the main hearing date. As of the 31st of October 2022, the main hearing date is now relevant to determining the correct fee for a claim. It is important to enter this accurately and should not be confused with the final hearing date. For a guilty plea, this will be the date of hearing at which the defendant entered a guilty plea. For a cracked trial, it will be the date of hearing at which the trial cracked. For a trial, it will be all dates of the days of trial. Please use the latest date. If you are the original litigator in a transfer scenario, the main hearing may not yet have taken place. However, to ensure the correct fees are calculated, a date should still be entered. If this is the case, then enter the date the claim is being submitted. Next, tell us if the case was transferred from another court. If yes, then give us the court and case number. Remember, this will be a different case number for the court it was transferred to, and it is important to give us the correct combination of case number and court. Enter the date the case concluded. This will be the final hearing date and is typically the sentence hearing. Enter the defendant's name and date of birth. Here you can indicate if there has been an order for judicial apportionment. If there has been such an order, please attach a copy to the claim at a later stage in this process. Enter the representation order date and the MAT reference number. It is important that the MAT number is entered accurately to ensure payments are authorized against the correct defendant. If you have represented multiple defendants in the case, then select Add another defendant. Enter the details of the additional defendant as before. Repeat as needed. Next, select the offence category from the drop-down options. This will then populate the offence class. Some offences may be capable of more than one offence class, such as value-based dishonesty offences. Any claim for a Class G or K will need to be supported by evidence of the value of the offence. Any claim for armed robbery will need to be supported by evidence of the use of an offensive weapon to commit the offence. Enter the total number of PPE claimed. Next, enter the miscellaneous fees, disbursements and expenses in the same way as you would for a final fee. Unused material claims will need to be supported with an LU1 form and special prep claims with a LSP2 form, along with all other supporting documents required. To claim disbursements, enter the type of disbursement and the amount claimed. All disbursements over £20, inclusive of VAT, must be evidenced by an invoice. All disbursements must be justified on the claim or accompanied by a CRM4 prior authority grant certificate. To add additional disbursements, select Add another disbursement and repeat as needed. To add expenses to the claim, choose the type of expense. For travel expenses, enter the travel reason. Any travel other than to the court or to a conference with the defendant will need to be justified. For travel to Crown Court, a prison, or a secure hospital, you will need to select the destination from the drop-down menu. For travel to other destinations, enter the postcode. Car and bike travel will have the distance calculated for you, but you can amend this if you want to claim an alternate distance. However, this will need to be justified. Select whether claiming 25p per mile or 45p per mile. If claiming 45p to court, justification for the use of private transport will need to be provided. Enter the date the expense was incurred, i.e., the date of the journey. For train and cab fare or overnight expenses, the amount claimed will need to be entered. For those over £20 inclusive of VAT, you will need to provide a ticket or receipt. Enter any justifications in the additional information field. Confirm whether there is electronic evidence being sent on the secure file exchange. This is important to ensure the claim is sorted into the correct work queues. If you are not claiming electronic evidence, be sure to select No to avoid delays in your claim being dealt with. Every claim for a graduated fee must be accompanied by an indictment. Fill in the checklist to indicate what documents have been provided. You will see a summary of your claim that you can review before submitting. Finally, certify the claim by entering the name of the fee earner and submit your claim. Your claim will then enter our work queues awaiting assessment.